Hey y'all, my name is Amanda. Welcome to my channel, and today I wanted to give you a tip about how I use the container method to manage my yarn stash. I don't know if you're like me, but I have two different hobbies. One is buying yarn and one is using it. I actually have a t-shirt that I designed that is for sale on Amazon that says buying yarn and using it are two different hobbies. I'll post a link to that below if you're interested. But I had a never-ending stream of yarn coming into the house, and it was just piling up and piling up, and every so often I would have to go through and just put a bunch of yarn in garbage bags and get it out into the garage to even be able to manage what I had. So I decided to follow some advice that I saw in a decluttering video that I watched recently, since I'm doing some quarantine decluttering like the rest of you may be doing. So the idea behind the container method is that you have a container instead of having yarn and saying, my yarn is too much for the container that I have. I need more containers. You say, I have this container, that's how much yarn I have on hand. So what I did was I chose a tote. The rest of the yarn went in the garbage bags, went into the garage. And if I get the itch to buy yarn, I'm gonna go shop from the garage. Or I'm honestly thinking this has been going so well, and I've been crocheting and knitting so much more than I was before when there was yarn just scattered everywhere, that I may just be donating a lot of what is in the garage and just sticking with the smaller amount of yarn on hand. So I will go into my closet here and show you how I'm using the container method for my yarn stash. Okay, so this is our closet in our office den type area. This is where the room I like to sit in and crochet and knit. So I will show you where my yarn container is. This is the container that I'm using now for all of the yarn that I keep in the house, that I keep ready access to. And you may be thinking, there's no way in the world I could keep such a small amount of yarn. I have so much yarn, there's no way it will fit in one container. And that's kind of the point. When you have so much yarn, you're not using it, you don't even know what you have. At least that's how it was for me. So now that I have this smaller amount of yarn, and I've only been doing this for a few weeks, I am knitting and crocheting so much more. I'm enjoying it more. I'm not feeling as overwhelmed. And I have a feeling that the yarn that I took and put in the garage in garbage bags is probably going to get donated. Most of it is going to get donated. I may replenish this as it goes down. From that supply, I may pull some of it out to set aside to kind of shop from instead of going and buying more yarn. But this is how I'm going to manage my yarn in the house. And here's another tip for you. This is the chair that I like to sit in when I knit and crochet. And so I have this ottoman that I got on Amazon, and I will post a link to that below. But it's really sturdy. You can use it for a stool, but I also take the lid off. This is where I keep the project that I'm working on the most. So I will just sit down, and then my knit and crochet is just right there, readily available. I hope you all found this video helpful. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up and would consider subscribing before you exit my channel. Thanks for sticking with me. Hope to see you next time. Bye.